Merry Christmas, everybody, and welcome on back to the Cars Garage. But yeah, today, of course, is the day 12 of the 12 Cars of Christmas series that we've been doing every single day starting on December 14th, leading up to Christmas. And today is the final episode of the series, and it's a good one because it's actually going to be a double present unboxing. We have two presents today, and they're actually Christmas cars from the Wintertime Cruisers Diecast line. Now these ones are from last year, but they're actually doing the same exact line. There's no differences, and they're doing it this year again for 2022. So it gives everyone another chance to get them. I don't know why they don't sell them in Canada here. Maybe they do some parts of Canada, but not here. Down in the south, but I don't know. Maybe, hopefully, they will soon. But if not, I only have a few more that I need. I got 3 of them so far, and today we're going to be taking a look at 2, and of course the 2 ones that were new for 2021. So I think if you haven't guessed already, let's open them up and see what we get today.
Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we go, laughing all the way. Bells on bobtail ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey,
Well, of course, today we have Wintertime Cruisers Ramone and, of course, the Snowmobile Reindeer, my absolute favorite car that's ever been released. And I actually think that is a true statement because I really can't think of another car that I like that much. I guess I'd have to say Damage the King coming in second, and possibly even the Easter Buggy coming in at third. I don't know, I just love these Christmas cars. I think they're so cool, and I love the Mater Saves Christmas book, and that's of course what these cars are from. But actually, this version of Ramone is not, and we'll talk about that later. But first, let's talk about the reindeer, because the reindeer is probably better than Ramone, but also I do want to take a look at Ramone because he's pretty cool and he's brand new for 2021. But like I said, they're all getting re-released in 2022. Even the packaging is the exact same. There's no differences. And the cars are still made in Vietnam as they were last year, which is a little upsetting. I wish they would have made new Thailand-made variants, because of course Vietnam doesn't usually make cars anymore. They must have already had them made. But if they get re-released again next year for 2023, I would not doubt their new variants, which would be cool. But the reindeer here actually looks perfect. One of probably the best Vietnam variant I've ever seen. But yeah, it's definitely surprising at how good this reindeer looks, because Vietnam is not known for making good quality cars. Usually they cheap out, they add mouth plates where they can, and usually the decals are horrible and blurry and grainy. But on this guy, he doesn't have many decals, but I mean, I guess this counts as a decal, right? It's quite a lot, I guess, all this ribbon. But yeah, it's done really well. It's surprising too. This paint is very shiny and metallic, so I think this is such a cool car. Hopefully, I would assume the Thailand variant would be better if they made one. Who knows? They may have, if they do release them again next year. I'm sure they'll change the packaging. They gotta do something different. We will show the packaging later because I kept them, even though I don't have them in the package. I do still have the packaging intact, so I'll show you guys later because it's really nice. It's pretty nice, at least. Not my favorite, but anyways, very cool expression. It's like it's taken right out of the Mater Saves Christmas book. And if you've never read that book, I definitely recommend it. I think they still sell it to this day. It's from 2010 though, so it's pretty old. Right before Cars 2. I always thought it was made in 2011, but I think it's 2010. Actually, I'm not really sure. It could be either one of those years, but I mean, it's just so cool. It's a snowmobile, but he's a reindeer. Of course, his antlers here, well, they're really handlebars, so that kind of implies that, humans have to drive this using handlebars. So that's what's weird about this guy, is we would have never seen a snowmobile if not for this reindeer, because I mean, snowmobile is kind of like a motorcycle. Like you never see it in the world of cars. But I mean, we have it right here. yeah, I mean, there's just certain vehicles you wouldn't see like in a movie of cars, but I mean, here we have it, like I said. But anyways, so cool. I mean, because it's just weird because like you can see where a seat would be, and of course there's no people in the world of cars, so it's definitely strange. But it's so cool. I just love it. And when I think of it, I don't think of it as a snowmobile. I think of it as a reindeer. I don't know why, but it's one of the best, I would say, like carified animals that Pixar's ever done. And I would really like them to make Mater Saves Christmas into an actual short, because they could do that so well now on Disney Plus. It would do so well. Definitely be a rewatch every year. But I don't know, they never seem to. They don't have any Christmas Cars shorts or movies or anything. So that's kind of unfortunate. But anyways, very nice little expression. Of course, you can tell it's Thailand. You can see the eyeshadow there. Vietnam, sorry. Vietnam, and Thailand too, but Vietnam especially. Very known for doing that with the eyes. I don't know why. It's like their signature thing. But the mouth is that expression, that goofy reindeer expression, is taken directly from the book, I think. I'll show the book later. I have it right underneath this desk that we're filming on right now. Or dresser, I guess. But of course, he has his little, like, skis, I guess, treads. I don't know. I'm not sure what you call them. But he does have wheels on the bottom. 4 little tiny wheels. Very close together, too. But they're hidden, because of course, I mean, the treads don't work. Treads have never worked on Mattel's Diecast, which, I mean, it would be too hard anyways, probably. So I don't really blame them. I wish I could get more of this reindeer. I would like to get 8. 8 of them, but, you know, that's the problem when you don't find them in store. So I don't know why they don't sell them around me. But anyways, I don't know if this is, like, supposed to be paint, or I think it's just a ribbon. Of course, it's paint on the Diecast, but in the book, I think all this red part is supposed to be like almost like his harness, I guess, to attach him to Santa's sleigh. Of course, there is a Santa car, but he's very, very rare. Definitely up there, like $200-300. And so I definitely won't be getting him anytime soon, but definitely one I'd like to get eventually. Especially if my channel does well. And you guys want to see me review him next year, maybe for Christmas. That would be cool. I did do a showcase on both this guy and Wintertime Cruisers Ramone last year for Christmas, so you can check those out too. But nothing really going on here. Just I guess the tassel, the paint, whatever it is, kind of overlaps onto the seat there. Very cool. Yeah, the treads are just plastic, I think. Definitely hard though. They almost could pass for metal, but I don't think they are. Very cool. He's actually very small. For a car, he's pretty small. But I actually just showed him yesterday briefly on the review of the Yeti that I did. The Yeti from the Abominable Snowplow from the Monsters Inc. parody in the first Cars movie. So that was fun. But I didn't want to show him too much because I knew I'd be doing this review today, but I didn't want to spoil who it was going to be. Here's the Easter Buggy, of course, too, although not much of a comparison. They're completely different. But, of course, they are carified animals, so that's why I'm showing them. Now, I'm not going to show Scott, Tiller, or Frank again. We just showed them yesterday. But you guys know who they are anyways, probably. But, yeah, definitely one of my favorite cars ever released. And it's weird also because, I never really realized that. I guess his eyes... Like his whole eye plate there, it's not a plastic eye plate, it's metal. But it's where, like, usually the eyes are on where the front window would be. But of course, snowmobiles don't have a front window, so it's just strange. They just kind of put him there, but I mean, perfect spot for them. He looks like a reindeer. He really does. So cool. I think that, I don't know if it's a little logo for the North Pole, or maybe I don't know what it is, but a cool little harness too. The red and the brown just look so good. Now that we've taken a look at the reindeer, it's time to take a look at Wintertime Cruisers Ramone. So, very cool, brand new car for 2021. Very end of the year though. Almost a 2022 release. But, yeah, so far he's only been in the Wintertime Cruisers line. Of course, this line is coming back this year, like I said. But, yeah, so far he hasn't been released in the main line. And it's a little odd because Christmas Cruiser Ramone, which is the Ramone that we're used to for Christmas, was actually released just the year before in 2021, but just in the main line. So, yeah, I don't know. It was surprising to me when they made this Wintertime Cruisers line, because I thought the whole point of 2021, making, ditching the series and everything, I thought that was also to put Christmas cars in the main line. And they still did that even in 2022, but they dropped Christmas Cruiser Ramone, and they only did Holiday Hotshot McQueen. And in 2023, I would assume they would have done the same, but the first case was canceled. So I guess we'll really never know, unless the contents get released as to what was in that case. But very cool. Of course, the main difference is he's not really your traditional red and green. He's more of a winter color, like a very winter color scheme with the blue, well, the light blue, the dark blue, and the white. And I really do like it. Very cool, like ribbon design. It's still almost has 3D effect to it. You can see the shadows when it curves and stuff. Very cool. And of course, he is full of snowflakes. But the cool part about him is those snowflakes are actually, let's see if we can zoom that in. They're actually wrenches and all that kind of stuff. Very much automotive inspired snowflakes. And they've always done that with cars every time they do snowflakes. Very cool and clever. And they did the same thing on Sally, I believe. Now, I don't have regular Christmas Cruiser Ramone to compare him to, but I do have this one, luckily, from the Mini Racers Advent Calendar, so we'll be showing him later, but not right now. And just in a second here, I just want to take a better look at these decals. Now, his wheels are no different, which is a little strange, because I think Christmas Cruiser Ramone always had different wheels, I thought, but maybe not. But this guy does not. It's the same old, boring Ramone wheels. Not boring, but I got a little tired of them. They're just gold. I think it would have been cool if he would have had white walls. Especially because it's very evident that this guy is based off of the intro Ramone from Cars 3, which we'll compare him to later. He's the same color, pretty much. And if he was made in China, I think he would have been the exact same color. So it's clear that's what they were going for. I don't know who designed this design. Was it Mattel or Pixar? I'd assume Pixar. But like I said, this Ramone has not been featured in anything. He is actually the first Christmas car ever to be released as a diecast that actually didn't appear in the Mater Saves Christmas book. So very interesting there, but, he easily could have. It's just a different color scheme on Ramone. So I think it's pretty cool. Is it canon? I don't know. Probably not. But I'm assuming he would have worn this Christmas paint job at one Christmas. We don't know what Christmas. Probably not the 2010 Christmas he had with Mater and all the gang, but, a different Christmas. So it's kind of cool that we have two Christmas Ramones now. And I'm very glad, because I love Christmas cars, and I wish I could get more. There is a lot of them. But like I said, they're just hard to find for me for some reason. They're not in the States, though. They sell them pretty much everywhere. I wish the reindeer could be a peg warmer where I live. That would be cool. But anyways, yeah, I think that's all for Ramone. He's definitely more of a teal than a blue. I don't know if it's showing up on camera too good. But, yeah, I don't know. That's why I think he probably would have been the same color as Intro Ramone. But, of course, he's made in Vietnam, so they kind of changed the paint color. But anyways, here is Intro Ramone. Pretty rare at this point. Only released in the Radiator Springs Classic line for Cars 3. So very kind of hard Ramone to get. Hopefully he's re-released again soon, though. Of course, he just appeared in the beginning of Cars 3. That's why it's called Intro Ramone. White wall tires. That's why I think these tires would look perfect on this Ramone. But yeah, he doesn't, look Christmassy, really. Definitely a little bit winter themed, I would say. Just because of the blue. Such a cool Ramone, though. They definitely share a lot in common, too, with the color schemes. Not as much as I thought, though. Another funny thing about this Ramone, I'm realizing now, is he has that plastic thing in the back of his window. You can see, inside. I believe it says Radiator Springs. It's like that logo that Ramone designed. He has it in his shop. I believe it says Radiator Springs. And they started doing that in the Cars 2 Ramones with the hydraulic Ramone. Even though that Ramone wasn't actually from Cars 2, they released it in that line. But I don't know, they do it a couple times. I'm not really too sure if that's canon to the movies or not. If you should have that Radiator Springs sign in the back, I don't know how he got it in there. It's very questionable, Ramone. But, I don't know. I think it is. I'm not really sure. But I think it's very clear on the hydraulic remote cars too. You can tell what it says. But there are a couple other ones here too. Yeah, look at that. Well, that's funny. I did not know that. On this metallic Union Jack Ramone, he actually has the same thing. You can tell a little clearer maybe what it says just by the shape. But I mean, it's pretty hard to tell. But yeah, show a couple other Ramones. Get Intro Ramone out of there. Yeah, I got a couple other Ramones to show you guys. Here's another blue one. Ghostlight Ramone from Cars 1. Very cool. He actually has a Vietnam variant too. But it was only in that Mac playset. I wish I would have bought that now, kind of. He was more of a Christmassy looking Ramone, but it's not supposed to be. Hydraulic Ramone, although I like to call it Red Ribbon Ramone. Or, yeah, I think that's what I call it. Red Ribbon Ramone, because he's not hydraulic, so it makes no sense as to why they called him that. And then here is Saludos Amigos Ramone from Cars 3. Once again has that sign in the back, which I didn't know that either. I thought it was only in Cars 2 Ramones, but I guess not. Yeah, I guess he's in all the Thailand Ramones. Because here's the regular purple Thailand Ramone, who's absolutely amazing looking. Very cool. And the Chinese variant of this guy is pretty rare at this point. Not the old Ramone. The one only released in 2018 though. That one's pretty rare, I think. You can kind of see it back there. I just don't understand the point of putting it in if you can barely see it. Like, they don't do a good job because the windows are opaque, so you can't really see in. But I don't know, Mattel. I don't know why they would do that. Why they'd put it in there. I don't even know if it's accurate, and nobody even knows what that is. We don't really get to see Ramone from the backside too often. So, kind of strange. Mattel likes to cheap out on some things, but then spend more money on other things. It doesn't really make sense. But anyways, let me show you the Christmas Cruiser Ramone quickly. Although, yeah, he doesn't have anything on the top or back, so interesting there. Get him into focus there we go. But yeah, I believe he has different color rims, although I'm not too sure on that. The more I think of it, the more I think I'm wrong. Of course, his main color is green, and he has red decals, whereas this Ramone is blue, with more blue decals and white decals. Very cool Ramone though. I definitely like him a lot, although he does not compare to the Snowmobile reindeer, that's for sure. Oh, well. There we go. But anyways, let's take a quick look at the packaging, because it's pretty cool. And then, this will be the final send-off for the series. Alright, so we don't have a ton of room here. But anyways, this is Ramone's package. I do have Sarge also from this line. He was new to me, although he's not a new release. But let's try to get the packaging in the frame here. It's very cool. It's like a snow globe, almost. You know, let's just move the camera up for a second. Yeah, it's kind of like a snow globe. It's very cool. I don't know if this is a new render they made of Radiator Springs, but it's clearly there is snow in that picture, so it makes me think it is. I love the snow decaling. It's funny how they use the older text. They don't use that anymore. Kind of strange there. Even has the metal logo. Once again, more snowflakes with the wrenches and everything. And on the back, it shows all the other cars in the series. Actually, technically, this one was new too. New color present, at least. Guido and Luigi. Sally. We had this McQueen, which hasn't been released in a while. Snowplow McQueen. I believe this was called Snow Day Sally. Sarge with roof lights, who I'll show in a second. And then Mater with his big hat. I forget what that one is called. Or Mater with snow tires. There's the reindeer. And of course, Doc. This is clearly not a 2021 Christmas because Doc is in it. Now, that doesn't really make sense. Doc is supposed to die in 2009, so how would he be in a 2010 or 11 Christmas book. I guess that doesn't make sense. Maybe the book was supposed to take place in 2006, but who knows? I'm not really sure. In fact, I'm assuming maybe it was, because McQueen seems pretty new to the whole Christmas thing. But, anyways, here is Sarge with Roof Lights. Very boring name. They could have definitely made it a better name. The only cars I didn't put in the series was Sheriff and Fillmore, which is interesting. Hopefully. I was hoping that this year they would add them, but no. Well, of course, that means if it's the end of the episode, that means it's also the end of the series. But it's been lots of fun, and hopefully we can do the same series next year, season 2. Definitely have some more obscure cars to show you guys. I definitely have some more of those. We did quite a few. Let's talk about all the cars we've done. So we started with Damage the King. Then we went with Snot Rod with Flames. Then we did Celine de Fair. Then we did... Oh, yeah. Nelson Blind Spot. Then we did Fabulous Lightning McQueen. Then we did Fidmic Missile, which is cool to do. That's the longest one. Then we did our shortest one, Elvis RV. Is of course Team 95 and 51 Mater. And then after that, we did Chick Hicks with Headset, which is a cool one. Then Heyday Smokey, so 3 cars in a row. Definitely wanted to do more Cars 2 reviews, and I don't know why I didn't end up doing that. Just kind of random too. But then anyways, we did Yeti, the Abominable Snowman yesterday, and of course our double unboxing today. The Reindeer Snowmobile and Wintertime Cruisers Ramone. Very cool name for the series too, Wintertime Cruisers. And I want to thank all the suggestors. Very hard word to say sometimes. But we only did 6 suggestions. The rest of them I picked myself. First 6 were suggested to me by some subscribers, and then I did the rest because I just didn't have enough suggestions, and there was a few cars I wanted to do, regardless of if anyone suggested them or not. And of course that was these 2. But with that, that'll be the end of the series. Thank you guys for watching, and don't forget to have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time on the Cars Garage.